Okay. Alright, okay. So, this is a video that I have wanted to sort of make for a long time. This is a project that I've been working on for a bit now, and I've been teasing it, I've been talking about it a lot on Twitter, Tumblr, anywhere you follow me. And I figured now was a good time to talk about it, so consider this my little Christmas gift. So this is a bionicle fighting game. It's made in Mugen, 1.1, to allow for smooth sprite rotation and zoom, which is not implemented yet, but I have plans to do such. The stage does zoom, though. So, first things first, why did I do this? So, if you know me, you know I love Bionicle. It's one of my favorite series, franchises, whatever you want to call it. I think the stories are great, the characters are great, and I thought it would be really cool to see some of those characters like adapted to like fighting game movesets. And it was one of those things I just couldn't stop thinking about it, so I just made it happen. The sprites here are pretty old. They're made by Rage, I don't know how you say it. Don't believe that's his username anymore, I'm not sure. Did a bunch of sprites back in the day for Bionicle, like, sprite comics. So those were used as the base here. I've made several, if not most, of the new poses custom from that base. So, onto the gameplay. So, what I had in mind for this game was to have it be sort of similar to Third Strike, or just really Street Fighter in general. So it's 6-button, fairly quick frames on normals. Certain normals can be cancelled into specials. Others cannot. And of course this is very rough, so please mind all the bugs that may appear. But anyway, so this is Tahu. He is intended to sort of be the Shoto for this game, based him a lot off of Ken and Soul from Guilty Gear, as well as Alex from Street Fighter 3. You can see that here. So I'd like to kind of get some of his stuff across here. So his normals, he has a light punch that can be repeated. If you're familiar with Akatsuki from Akatsuki Blitz Comp or Undernight, that is directly where that move came from. His medium punch is a sort of very close sword slash. You can use this to Kara grab. I have trouble doing Kara grabs. My apologies. There you go. It has a very nice, obvious visual cue. So, his heavy punch is based off of Haomaru's heavy slash. Does a lot of damage. His light kick, pretty good poke. Definitely better range than his light punch, and able to be chained into itself or into other moves sometimes, or out of other moves. For instance, his medium kick here, which is mainly it's just a really good poke. You can't really chain it into anything, but at close range, it's a very tight link. But yeah, see, you can get sort of a reverse beat there. And his heavy kick, something I've left relatively unchanged since the very beginning, but covers a lot of range. I have no intent on changing that. You can see his throw there. Throws are third strike, which is third strike style, 2 buttons. Slams them onto the ground, bounces them up. You can get combos off of this. I'm not sure whether I want to keep that in or not, but it's pretty fun. now the real fun stuff is where is his special moves. So first off, he has a pretty kind of standard fireball, though it is a little more than meets the eye. So is a light one, very fast startup, medium, kind of same, but the fireball is slower than heavy. Uh-oh. You can sort of, you know, do that. This was, of course, inspired by Poison's fireball in Ultra Street Fighter 4. Has nearly identical frame data as such. But this is one move that I'm not really sure if I want to keep as is or change into something different. Perhaps, I do believe that he needs a fireball to, like, have in his kit. But, I don't know, maybe there is a chance that the heavy could turn into something like Ryo's Kouken, if you're familiar with that, where it's a close-range knockdown, perhaps even Takuma's Kouken in King of Fighters 13, I want to say, where it pulls you in. Not sure, but for now, it's a fireball. It has sort of rush-down capabilities, as you can see there. Next is his uppercut, Eruption. So the light version is a very standard DP. It is fully invincible going up. One hit. Oh, by the way, crouching light kick is OTG. Whoops. Might change that. Not sure. Again, nothing about this is final. The medium uppercut is 2 hits. The first one forces a stand, and the second one is what launches. It has less horizontal knockback. Or, well, I guess I forgot to do that. Sorry. Well, it's meant to have less horizontal knockback than the light one, but I forgot, so, eh. This one, the effect there, you can see is kind of missing, but it's meant to be just a general multi-hitting uppercut. Very good for a reversal, but you have to be careful because if you're trying to get out of a chip situation, it will not help because the idea is that it would have super armor instead of being invincible. I base this actually off of Roy's up B in Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate, because Roy is another character I thought would make for a very good inspiration. You know, Fire Sword, Havers, and all. Yeah, so next up he has this, I've been calling it the Firestorm kick. Again, owing to King of Fighters, this is very much similar to Andy's Kuhadan. Heavy version is meant to be an anti-air. The medium version goes the farthest, but has the most startup. Not sure if I want all of them to launch or just keep the opponent grounded. I think it might be better if it keeps them, if it actually launches them. That way you can link it into other things. And then finally he has this, which is a Super M, debating even keeping. This is Slash and Burn, based off of Jago's laser sword, whatever it's called, Killer Instinct. So, since this game doesn't have Killer Instinct's combo system, the whole point of it is that you're able to cancel it into other special moves. Oh, whoops. Because it doesn't. That seems to be the problem with Firestorm kicks that... there we go. So a lot of the times you can't really get all the hits. So, I mean, I guess it's just like its inspiration. Hey, I forgot to talk about his crouch normals. They're whatever. whatever. This one's very good though. Very good poke. That's a crouch strong, crouch medium punch. Sweep fireball is the thing here, for those wondering. So, so finally you have super moves, and if you can notice in the corners there, it is 2 bars of super. All the supers just use 1 bar for right now. So the first one is half circle over 2 buttons, and it's a fire beam. The super motions were inspired by Darkstalkers. So the fire beam has something interesting in that it's actually better to chain into it close up because it does an extra hit at the beginning, and that extra bit of damage can come in handy. Sorry, just trying to think of what to combo into that. Nope. Right, of course. Jab super, the greatest combo. There we go. Sort of jank, but it works. And he has this super, which I have recently added, which may be familiar to Third Strike players. This is flaming knee drop, I think I called it. Can't even remember my own names. Okay, it's kind of tough to get the timing right on trying to anti-air using the keyboard with my right hand and the fight stick with my left. Ah! There we go. So yes, it's an air grab, but it can also grab on the ground. So, for instance... No, that doesn't work, I guess. But that does. Can also... It's kind of tough, but you can do that, which is pretty fun. Just, if someone's blocking, you can ruin their whole day. And one thing that I forgot to mention is a very unique mechanic to this game, which is the masks. So if you see right below Tahu's name there, you can see his mask. And his mask is the mask of shielding, so when you press 2 mediums, you get a sort of V-skill thing that uses up half of that meter, which passively refills very quickly. And you get, the mask of shielding allows you to do essentially a parry, so if I... yeah. And you can hold it to drain the meter in exchange for having a full shield, similar to tension blocking in Guilty Gear or the shield in Melty Blood. And the idea is that each character would have their own mask move, and certain bionicle characters who don't use a mask, for instance, the Paraka Vezok would use his impact eye beams, which would cause like a wall bounce. And it's kind of an interesting resource because, again, it's the refilling the meter is only, it's passive, it just happens over time. Also, it kind of glitches out when you hit someone and it's refilling. Not really sure what the deal is there. You might have used a variable that was being overwritten or something. But that is, as far as I can recall, about it. Oh, and he has Alex Headbutt. I think I've gone over just about everything. So, there are more characters that are intended to be in this game. I'm just trying to finalize the mechanics and finish up the base character before I go any further. For those who are familiar with Bionicle and its characters, I'll post a list of the sort of roster shortlist in the description or as a pinned comment. Anyway, if there's any questions you have about this game, anything you would like me to add or change, any feedback at all is greatly appreciated. This is a sort of passion project of mine, and I'd love to make it as good as I possibly can. Anyway, see ya, I guess. I don't know how to end video.